A Fort Worth teenager who survived a deadly crash near Waco last month is back in North Texas tonight to work on her recovery. Fox 4 was the only camera at Baylor University Medical Center in East Dallas as Megan Ritzie arrived. Good evening, I'm Steve Eager.
I'm Clarice Tinsley. 18-year-old Megan spent 2 weeks in a Temple hospital. She's got really serious injuries. The crash July 30th near Marlin killed 2 of her friends. Megan shattered her pelvis. She lost the lower half of one leg and the big toe on the other foot.
First on Fox 4 News tonight, Melissa Cutler is in our Dallas newsroom with more on Megan's rehab and the support she's getting from friends and strangers. Melissa.
Quite a bit of support. You know, Megan Ritzie was set to be a college freshman at Baylor when her life was drastically changed forever. Her mom and dad did not feel up to talking when they arrived in Dallas, but some of her friends gathered together tonight at a fundraiser in her honor, and they're happy to have her closer to home. Megan Ritzie wheeled out of an ambulance and into the sunshine of a new life at Baylor Institute for Rehabilitation in Dallas, minus the lower half of one leg and the big toe of the other foot. She also shattered her pelvis. The 18-year-old from Fort Worth emerged first from Scott and White Hospital in Temple this afternoon. Here's what her mother said about a week ago.
Her right leg, the femur was broken in half, and they had to put in a titanium rod to help stabilize it. The lower part of her leg her right leg had to be amputated.
There was reason to hope.
Brain scans are all good. She's talking, she recognizes us. She's talking about what she wants to do down the road.
Megan survived a horrible crash that claimed 2 other lives last month that spared only the driver's life and Megan's. Megan was sitting in the back passenger seat when the truck she was riding in veered off Highway 7. She was part of a group of clarinet players from Baylor University carpooling to Baton Rouge from Waco for a meeting of the International Clarinet Association. Band members from her old high school are treating customers with dinner music. Bourrées of New Orleans and Fort Worth is hosting a fundraiser. Similar events have brought in $27,000 so far. The news of her transition from the hospital to rehab has raised everyone's spirits.
It's a blessing to all of us. It's amazing because now we'll get to see her a lot more. I mean, she is in Dallas, a little bit farther away, but closer than Temple, definitely. So I'm just glad we'll get to see her a lot more before we can go off to college. So we'll all be visiting her a lot more.
Megan has said she is determined to get to Baylor, but it may not be this fall. It may be actually in the spring when she can take some online classes, Steve.
Melissa Cutler in our Dallas newsroom, thank you. And some more on that original crash. Killed in that crash were 21-year-old Laura Owen Donati and of Grand Prairie and 19-year-old Jack Stewart of Dallas. 21-year-old Jacob Hale of Fort Worth was also injured in the crash. Hale was released from the hospital a few days after the collision.